Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, and I'm back with some more digital marketing advice. Now, you may have heard of that famous movie, quite an old one, or even the saying, a bridge too far. So you're kind of, taking one step too far in your campaign in effect, and things don't quite work out and go to plan. Now, this applies in digital marketing as well. So one thing I'll often see is businesses trying to go a bridge too far with lead capture. So what I mean by that is that a business will basically jump from advertising to their prospect, their target customer, and sort of go right from this position of, hey, this prospect, this potential customer has never heard of you before, they don't know your value proposition or anything like that, through to, hey, sign up for a sales demo, or request a proposal, or anything like that, a sort of quite significant commitment. And what you do is you're sort of going a bridge too far. You're jumping all the way from here over to here, and there's this whole space in the middle that this chasm almost that you have to cross. And so really the purpose of this video is just to get you thinking about the notion that you may have to introduce some intermediary steps depending on what it is you're selling and the kind of commitment required. Now, if you're selling a sort of simple e-commerce offer, some kind of lower price point product that's not too much of a commitment, a $10 widget or a $20 widget, or you're a restaurant running a special offer where people can get 50% off their next meal or something like that, this is probably not going to be too much of an issue. It's not that difficult in the grand scheme of things compared to some other businesses to run a Google ad or a Facebook ad or any kind of digital advertising and push people to a landing page or your website and get them to purchase. But with a lot of the businesses I deal with, you're talking with about some pretty substantial investment in product or service, from the perspective of a new customer coming on and purchasing these products or services. It's not cheap necessarily. And so to make people go from this position of having no awareness of your brand and what it stands for and what value you provide, through to saying, oh yeah, I'm willing to meet up with you for a sales demo, or I'm going to hand over all my information so you can no doubt bombard me with sales emails and calls, that can really be that bridge too far, basically. So what you should be looking to do is in that intermediary sort of area between really zero awareness all the way through to actually becoming a paid customer, or at least becoming a sort of strong lead, is look at what else you could introduce to capture people's attention at that point. Is it something like actually getting them to follow you on LinkedIn, so follow your company page, or subscribe to you on YouTube? You should subscribe to this video if you're watching on YouTube. It's a perfect example of this. I want people to subscribe to me on YouTube because even though that's not really a lead per se, it's a step in a journey that I can take them down to become a lead for my business. It could be something a little bit more involved further along the line, like asking them for their email address in exchange for a free resource. It doesn't have to be all their information, and it shouldn't be an email address in exchange for information you should be able to get for free. So things like product catalogs, I'm not really a big fan of gating those, because ideally you should be able to get product information as a prospective customer without having to give away any information of your own. It's a bit of an asymmetrical trade, or whatever term you'd use, but that's something that as marketers we need to deal with. But on the other hand, if you have a really useful resource, a white paper, a guide, a tutorial, something like that, that's really adding value to the person who's reading it or consuming it or watching it, then yeah, sure, ask for an email address and put that person into a marketing automation sequence and follow up with them using a platform like HubSpot or ActiveCampaign or MailChimp even, to drive them towards that point where they've actually got enough trust and understanding of what you do to then say, hey, I'm ready for a sales demo, I'm ready to request a quote, I'm ready to come down to the showroom and sort of talk business, I'm ready to buy this more expensive product you've got. Don't just assume that you can take people from sort of 0 to 100 in a linear and smooth fashion. It doesn't always work like that. It's something I see time and time again, especially for businesses with longer sales cycles, higher priced products or services, more complex offerings, is that they really want to kind of jump right across this big canyon, this big chasm, without sort of adding some steps along the way, adding some ways to almost land and then take another jump from there. Think about a pond, right, that you want to cross, or a little river. If it's a small river, you've got to jump something like a little stream, and you've got a very simple offer and it's affordable and it's a bit of a no-brainer. Well, you might be able to jump across that one leap. Going from someone who's just seen your Facebook ad through to giving you $20 or $30 off their credit card to buy a product. That's great. But if it's a several $1,000 product or service, and it's really a considered purchase, whether that's for a consumer or another business, asking people to click on a Facebook ad and then buy is probably going to be too far to jump. You need to have a stepping stone in the middle. Asking someone to go from clicking on a Facebook ad or a Google ad to giving you your information straight, or giving you their information straight away, probably once again a bit too far to jump. You need to add another stepping stone before that one, and so on. And so you build out more of this kind of graduated process. So don't make people jump too far, don't make them travel a bridge too far, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, hopefully you find that helpful. You know, in terms of how you'd really make this work properly for your business, it's very dependent on your business model, what it is you're selling, what you're looking to achieve, what your goals are. I can help you with that on a one-on-one basis. But if you found this video helpful, please do like, please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.